Hi everyone, I'm Law of the West, and this is going to be most likely my last update on the Polaris before IAE comes rolling around. They may not have done an expose on the Polaris during Citizencon like I thought they would, but they did give us a quick fly-through of its interior. And if you watch closely, it ended up showing off some things about this ship that a lot of people have missed. And I wanted to roll this footage and then pause it at key points so that I can talk about it in more detail. Here you get a good view of the huge guns that are mounted onto the chin turret. This not only shows that they've increased them in size since they were displayed during the last Invictus, but it also confirms that it's still going to be a manned turret. Now, at one point there were rumors floating around that they were going to revert it back to being a remote turret like it was in the original plans, so this finally puts all of that to rest. This is a not-so-hidden detail that you might have missed as the camera flew by the flight deck, and it's that on top of the platform and right behind the bridge is a holotable. And I'm so happy to see this get added in, because this ship was meant to be the tip of the spear and pivotal in search and rescue operations. And having something like this to use to coordinate with a fleet is going to be a necessary thing for a ship like this to have. This is the first shot that we've seen of the main lift. It really isn't anything that's too surprising, but it is good to finally be able to see exactly where it's located in the ship in relation to everything else. Over here on the left are the crew's quarters. The crew's quarters used to be one giant room, but it looks like they've divided them up into 3 separate areas that have 4 bunks per room. And this is a very quick sneak peek into the mess hall, and admittedly you can't see much other than 2 tables and 12 chairs, but up to this point all we've seen is a white box image of this room. So this gives you at least an idea what it's going to look like after they've added some detail to it. Also, another bit of detail that a lot of people missed is the air shield that's been added to the top of the hangar. And you can tell this is actually an air shield because of the way the MPUV reacts to it as it lands. And this means you're not going to have to decompress the entire bay every time you open and close it, and you're not going to have to worry about some thick-headed crewman accidentally venting you into space. This is also the first look we've gotten of the completed and fully textured engine room. And if you look at the base of the engine, you'll see that the ground is covered in a thin layer of coolant that has the viscosity of water. Well, that's a nice touch. And I'm really looking forward to seeing if it creates waves within it as a reaction to the ship moving about as it accelerates, pitches, yaws, and goes into and out of quantum. I commented before about how the artists keep outdoing themselves every time they create a new engine for a large ship, and once again they really managed to pull it off. I had to pause this shot as well because it's so easy to miss, and it seems like the cargo deck is going to be accessible from both sides of the ship. And if you look at the edges that surround the doors, you can see that both of them are also going to be protected by air shields. Another little blink and you missed a bit of detail is that this deck is going to have a small access lift that goes directly down into the cargo bay. I don't remember who I was talking to about this, but one of the devs said that they didn't know if they were going to be adding it in or not, and it's good to see that they did. The lift connects the cargo bay to the torpedo room, and from what you can see here, the loading bays look like they're fully animated and ready to go. And for one split second, you can see the entranceway to the main lift on the right side of the hallway. They also reveal something that wasn't on any of the other maps that showed the Polaris' new layout, and it's that the chin turret's access tunnel is located at the end of the torpedo room. And lastly, during this pull-away shot, you can see the updated quad gun turrets are on the top of the ship, and you can also see one of its new point defense guns as well. Well, that's going to be it for all the hidden and not so hidden details that you can see riddled throughout the quick flyby that they did for the Polaris. I've been your host, Law of the West. Thanks for watching, and take care.